What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. With Angel Has Fallen in theaters this week, since it also features Morgan Freeman, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Morgan Freeman movies. Now, I actually did this the same list like last year, really, but that I rewatched that video and it kind of turned out a little too dark than it should have. So I decided to maybe just redo it again because Morgan Freeman's an awesome actor and he deserves a better video than that last video I did. So, with that being said, here is my top 10 favorite Morgan Freeman movies. Okay. And fun fact is, I'm literally doing this like out in the rain. Like I got my computer like right on cover, but I'm literally getting soaked out here because I kind of like doing videos outside. I mean it's pretty cool doing some videos outside, and despite it raining, I mean I don't let rain mess up my day. I got my computer covered so it doesn't get wet, and I'm literally outside. I'm getting a little wet too, but hey. But anyway, with that being said, here is my favorite Morgan Freeman movies. Alright, coming in at number 10 is going to Deep Impact, directed by Mimi Letter, who also gave us stuff like The Peacemaker. She gave us the recent Ruth Bader Ginsburg film, On the Basis of Sex. She's a cool director here. And in the film is a science fiction disaster drama about like the possibility extinction of human life after like a comet ends up being discovered. That is discovered headed towards Earth with like a collision only 1 year away and all. And so you got Taylor Leone, who plays this ambitious MSNBC reporter named Jenny Lerner, who ends up stumbling onto the story promoting a White House press conference. And you got Morgan Freeman, who plays the president, President Beck, who ends up announcing the government situation and all. And you got like a team of astronauts who will end up traveling to the comet and end up destroying it. And the team leader, aboard the spaceship Messiah is Surgeon Tanner, played by Robert Duvall, who was like one of the last men to walk the moon and all. And Morgan Freeman had a really cool. This is a really great national disaster film. The '90s had some really cool disaster flicks. Whether you talk about Independence Day, Armageddon, Twister, Deep Impact is great. I mean, you got a very young Elijah Wood here. You have the aforementioned Taylor Leone, who, of course, Morgan Freeman years later ended up reworking with on that CBS show, Madam Secretary. I love Morgan Freeman as a president. I mean, now he's in the new film Angel Has Fallen, where he also is playing the president, so that's pretty cool too. I mean, yeah, Morgan Freeman as the president, why not? I mean, if Morgan Freeman was really if he was really set to run for president, I'm not lying. I would literally vote for Morgan Freeman as president. I think he would. I'm for real here. I think he will be a great president in real life. I mean, he already played a great film president in Deep Impact. So, yeah. I mean, if you guys never seen Deep Impact by now, go check that one out. It's a really nice one. Alright. Alright, coming in at number 9 is going to Kiss the Girls, which is based on a novel by James Patterson, and of course Morgan Freeman plays forensic psychologist Dr. Alex Cross. Now, Alex Cross was recently, not so long ago, he ended up being portrayed by Tyler Perry, which that movie was not all that great, but Tyler Perry was actually fine in it. But come on, you can't go from Morgan Freeman to Tyler Perry. Like Tyler Perry was a cool Alex Cross, but Morgan Freeman was even better. I really liked Morgan Freeman as Alex Cross. I thought he played the role pretty well, and also Alex Cross is also a best-selling author and art. And so his niece named Naomi, played by Gina Rivera, ends up being reported missing, and he ends up going to he pretty much goes in his Porsche for Durham, North Carolina, where like 8 young women have also been reported missing, and so like bodies ended up being found by local policemen, by the local police, played by Carrie Ellis and Alex McGarther. And so like along the killer's signature is a Casanova, who's like a collector of strong-willed women who are forced to submit to his diamonds and all. And he also and soon later, a local doctor named Kate McNairn, played by Ashley Judd, ends up being abducted from her home and taken to a dungeon. So Alex Cross and other detectives gotta try find go in the search of Casanova and all. And Kiss the Girls, it's really decent. I mean, it's directed by Gary Fleder, who did a pretty cool job directing. It's a great murder mystery film. Morgan Freeman was great as Alex Cross. I mean, he was by far better than Tyler Perry was when he played the role of Alex Cross. Ashley Judd was great in this. It had a really nice twist that I remember when I saw this movie, I did not see that twist coming. And yeah, it's a decent one. Like if you guys never checked out Kiss the Girls, go check it out. It's a really good one. All right, coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 8 is going. My number 8 favorite is going to Unforgiven, which was, of course, directed by Clint Eastwood, who also starred in this film. And the film was also dedicated to his mentors, who were also Western makers, Sergio Leone and Don Siegel. And here, Clint, the film also won an Oscar as well in 1992, and in it, the mythic of violence of the Western ends up taking on the ghosts in his own star's passing on. And so, like, you got a notorious outlaw turned hog farmer named William Money, played by Eastwood, who pretty much is sought out by by a gunslinger named Schofield Kid, played by James Wilfeld. And Manny ends up insisting that he ain't like what he used to be no more. So he ends up pretty much he needs the bounty money for his children and all. And so like him and the two men ends up and, and so he ends up teaming up with this comrade named Ned Logan, played by Morgan Freeman, who as well as a Little Bill, played by Gene Hackman, to pretty much go on the mission to save his love interest and all. And so you also had Dumbledore himself, Richard Harris, was in this. This movie is really great. I mean, it's probably one of the best Western movies of. It's definitely one of the best Western movies that came out in recent in a couple of years. Great. Like I really like the chemistry with Clint Eastwood as well as Morgan Freeman and Gene Hackman. They were great. You also have Francis Fisher was in this. Really good Western flick. Alright, coming in at number 7 is going to the Dark Knight trilogies. Now, the Dark Knight trilogies, of course, start, like, the reason why they add this a little higher is because it's not really much of Morgan Freeman's film. It's more of a Christian Bale and Heath Ledger's film, which is kind of why Dark Knight's a little lower than it should have. But Dark Knight is just great. I mean, you've got Morgan Freeman, who of course played the role of Lucius Fox in. Of course, Morgan Freeman went to play Lucius Fox, and he made his debut as a role in Batman Begins. Now, in this, of course, Lucius Fox is promoted to CEO of Wayne Enterprises, who is, of course, now fully aware of his employer's double life and all. And so he's pretty much like, I guess you could say he's like one of Bruce Wayne's workers and all. And, yeah, I mean, Lucius Fox he's a really great character. Everyone always... everyone always goes talk about, Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, or anything, but no one barely talks about how great Lucius Fox is in the Dark Knight Rises and the Dark Knight trilogies. I think he doesn't get the due he deserves as the role of Lucius Fox. Lucius Fox, I think, is a really cool character, and Morgan Freeman, like his chemistry with Bruce Wayne, is really great. And come on, the Dark Knight period is just terrific. And of course he ended his Lucius Fox role in 2012's Dark Knight Rises, so there was that too. But yeah, really cool character that Lucius Fox is. Alright, coming in at number 6 is going to the film that actually won Morgan Freeman. The film that actually won Morgan Freeman his first ever Oscar, and that is going to $1 Million Baby. Also directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Hilary Swank as pretty much this woman who wants to become a professional boxer. And so you got Clint Eastwood as her boxer trainer. You got Morgan Freeman as as pretty much the assistant, if you will, who's also like a mentor to Hilary Swank's character. And yeah, I mean, $1 Million Baby, like this movie actually, like I said, won Morgan Freeman his first ever Oscar. Morgan Freeman is great in this, but I didn't really think this is the movie that should have won him his Oscar. I'm going to get you that later on, but still, $1 Million Baby is still a really great boxing film. Great performances by Hilary Swank, who also won an Oscar for this movie as well. So, take that for granted. So, also, yeah, $1 Million Baby is definitely a really good one. Like, if you guys haven't seen $1 Million Baby yet, go check it out. It's a really decent one. Alright, coming in at number 5 is going to 7. Of course, it's the murder mystery film with where Morgan Freeman plays one of the homicide detectives opposite Brad Pitt, who ends up trying to hunt a serial killer who's pretty much uses the 7 deadly sins and all, and he also ends up torturing his victims, and so Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt had to team up to track the killer down and all. You got Kevin Spacey as the killer here. You got Gwyneth Paltrow here. Directed by the great David Fincher. 7 is a really great mystery thriller. I mean, what's in the box? Iconic line right there. I always liked the chemistry with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. I mean, it's a shame that they never really done another movie together, because I've always liked Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt working together in this. And yeah, it's a really good one. Like, if you guys never seen 7 yet, go check it out. Alright, coming in at number 4 is going Coming in at number 4 is Going to Lean on Me, where of course Morgan Freeman plays a teacher who ends up becoming president, not not president, a principal, I meant to say. Lean on Me, directed by the guy who gave us Rocky and the Karate Kid, is a magnificent movie. I mean, it is a classic. You know, you got Robert Guillaume from Lion King fame, who plays pretty much like the Doctor here as well. Morgan Freeman, I mean, him as the principal here, probably one of the greatest movie principals there is. It's a really classic one. I mean, I like the Morgan Freeman's chemistry with the students here. I mean, like being a president, I would literally vote for Morgan Freeman to be a high school principal because he was just great at this, and it's of course based on a true story, and it's a really great one. Like if you guys never seen Lean on Me by now, definitely go give that one a go. It's a really classic one. All right, coming in at number 3. All right, the guy has played Lucius Fox. He's played he's played a principal. He's played a president. My number 3 is where he plays God. And that's going to Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty is it's hilarious. You got Jim Carrey who at first becomes like an atheist and he doesn't really care about God and all. And so sooner or later he ends up meeting God and yeah, he ends up meeting God, and then he ends up getting God's powers and all. I mean, Bruce Almighty is a hilarious flick. Jim Carrey, I love Morgan Freeman and Jim Carrey's chemistry together. Morgan Freeman was just, the guy was magnificent as God, You also had Jennifer Aniston was in this. Morgan Freeman, of course he reprised his role as God once again he did reprise his God role once again in Ever Almighty, but him as God and Bruce Almighty is just the best. And it literally looks like Morgan Freeman could really beat God in real life, and yeah, who didn't love Morgan Freeman's God role? Really cool character right there. All right, coming in at number 2 is going to Driving Miss Daisy. Now, this is where, of course, where Morgan Freeman plays this driver named Coburn, who ends up being hired to drive around this elderly Jewish widow in Atlanta. And, of course, the widow is named Daisy Worthington, played by Jessica Tandy. And there's also, a racial tension that happens throughout the whole film. The two don't really get along at first, but then throughout they end up, being friends, and it's of course a movie about friendship. And yeah, Driving Miss Daisy is great. You got Dan Aykroyd in this, Morgan Freeman, Jessica Tandy. Who doesn't remember Driving Miss Daisy? It's a great one. It's a great friendship film. It's a road trip movie. The on-screen dynamic chemistry with Jessica Chastain and Morgan Freeman is just magnificent. You could tell that they were also probably friends in real life before they did the movie, around the time they did the film and all. And yeah, it's a great one. If you guys still never seen Driving Miss Daisy, do yourself a favor, go check out Driving Miss Daisy. It's a classic. All right. Now, what is the best Morgan Freeman movie of all time? Obviously, the best Morgan Freeman movie is definitely one of the greatest motion pictures of all time. That is going to The Shawshank Redemption. I mean, like Driving Miss Daisy, this is also a movie about friendship, and in it, of course, Morgan Freeman plays this inmate named Red, who ends up experiencing brutality of prison life, and he's also sentenced to 19 years for murder and all. And so he, of course, meets Andy Durfency, played by Tim Robbins, and of course, a friendship intertwines between the two. It's based on a book by Stephen King. I mean, it's directed by Frank Darabont. Shawshank Redemption is arguably the greatest motion picture there is. It's a great friendship film. This is seriously the movie that should have won Morgan Freeman his Oscar. Sorry, Million Dollar Baby, but this is definitely the movie that should have won him his first ever Oscar. But of course, he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Of course, movie got nominated for Best Picture. 50-50 chance it probably could have won Best Picture, but it lost out to Forrest Gump, which is a good film too. But come on, Shawshank Redemption is just... The movie is just iconic. It's a masterpiece. And if you guys never seen Shawshank Redemption by now, do yourself a favor, go check it out. It's a really good one. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Deep Impact. 9, Kiss the Girls. 8, Unforgiven. 7, The Dark Knight. 6, Million Dollar Baby. 5, 7. 4, Lean on Me. 3, Bruce Almighty. 2, Driving Miss Daisy. 1, The Shawshank Redemption. Now, he's done loads of other movies, so let me read his film list. His other filmography. Of course, he did The Bucket List with Jack Nicholson. He did Olympus Has Fallen, as well as London Has Fallen. Lucy. He also played Nelson Mandela in Invictus. He also played Alex Cross again in Along Came Spire. He was in Wanted, Las Vegas, Robin Hood, Prince of Ties, Red 1 and 2, The Lego Movie, Glory, Amistad, Street Smart, Oblivion, The Sums of Our Fears, definitely not Ben-Hur, that movie stunk. Definitely not Just Getting Started, that movie was also horrible. Definitely not Transcendence. I liked him being in Ted 2. He was recently in the Nutcracker movie, Magic of Bell's Isles, Going in Style, 5 Flights Up, Hard Rain, Dolphin Tales 1 and 2, Gone Baby Gone. Morgan Freeman's a legend, and let's be for real, he also has one of the most iconic voices of all time. Like, if I ever want someone to narrate my life, it'll definitely be Morgan Freeman. I'll love for Morgan Freeman to narrate my life. I mean, the guy just has one of the most iconic, coolest voices of entertainment business, and he's been in some really high-profile stuff. So, there you have it. Let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite Morgan Freeman movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is T-Movie signing off.